Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney. We're playing. Wait. What was the title? I forgot. Hold up. I just read it. Rise of the Ashes? Rising from the Ashes? Something ashes? Rise from the Ashes. I was correct with one of those. Um, this is day 2 after the court hearing. I don't know where to go with this story. It's really confusing. So let's just get into it. We had a muffler to find. Yeah, that was it. Also, is this a lamp, a barbecue, or... Oh, it's for smoking, isn't it? Because this game originally was from like 2009 or something, and you probably could still smoke inside. That's probably it. Though a barbecue would also have been funny. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trails always like this with you? Like, you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface. But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Why do the pigeons are back. Why do the birds land on my roof the second I start recording? Be right back. Okay, I'm pretty sure I scared them away by opening my window. If you want to see the pigeon story, there's there's a Honkai Star Rail episode sometime somewhere that I rant about the pigeons. Let's just focus on Ace Attorney. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So, what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently, she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with a piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. He's back. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it will fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look, see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home range locked down tighter than a fort in enemy's territory. That's, hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen the last 2 days have been really on edge. Haven't you got enough on your plate without worrying about the other people compardir? I'm so sorry for butchering all those words. You could be worrying about the chief's prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall, the whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. He wasn't even wearing a scarf. Why are you drinking on the job? You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a times. I saw that day too. He was wearing a red muffler. What? At the award ceremony that afternoon, I'd seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, he wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by its horns. Oh, we're going back. I thought it was gonna be investigation time. And sometimes you just gotta let the bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Hoo-hee! Sure. February 23rd, blah blah blah, District Courtroom number 9. I'd like to resume? What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Edgeworth, you're okay? Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What more Your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is... I'm reading too slow. It can't be... This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time for we continue on with this trial. Why was that one message automated? Was Edgeworth so impatient? Because I don't have autoplay turned on, because otherwise it would have gone now. And my hands were off the keyboard. Whatever. During our research, I had requested the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. Edward, you good? Seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock. Who's there? Who are you? What's with this guy? He's the same, he has the same symbol on this thingy, like the cowboy dude. Strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Why does it look like he's wearing a cross? Hey, temper rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? He looks way too happy. It's you. Can you talk, please? You're creeping me out. Please stop slow blinking at me. Oh no, this is worse. Never mind. Go back to slow blinking. Oh, sorry, I'm late. Gee. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, huh, Oji? How you been? Swim witch these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, Oji. My boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Oji? Seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but... Who are you? So you're right, though. The attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometimes. Jolly. Little Worthy? Mr. Wright? You don't know the district chief of police. Right, isn't that the police? Yep, no. Is that the police symbol? He's way too creepy for me. Hold up. No, I can see like the attorney badge. And of course we have the blue badger. But... Wait, no. No, I think it's a detective badge. I think I found it, yeah. Okay. I don't know why I searched for the police symbol and all of them are just the blue badger, and then only the lawyer's badge that Phoenix has. But okay. Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. I don't like him. He's creepy. Name's Grant. Damon Grant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy Scarlow, no less. Why do you pause so long, dude? It creeps me out. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What is that? SL92. What's this? It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? What? Mr. Edgeworth? How could they miss such a... Outfit? Did I read outfit wrong? Wait. Court records don't show past text. No, okay. I think I just messed it up somewhere. How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? No, now wait a minute. Worthy. He's pissed. I've no desire to hear you out. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Okay, so he tries to... Oh, I don't like the spooky music. But he tries to be like the grandfathery type, I have the feeling, but he just creeps me out. And now he's semi-threatening Edgeworth. Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of the investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is here, Miss Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... Your head in the clouds because you got the award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I will expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss of words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gah. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Can a judge ask favor? You know, this is not a normal world. I should not try to apply normal logic. Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at this blade. Look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Would you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well... I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Edgeworth, I wouldn't be able to pound my gravel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at the people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Oh, the game is doing itself. That's creepy. I get it, but it's creepy. Okay. What a weird buttons to rotate it. H and B, M. Okay, hold up. No, I don't want to autoplay. Okay. There's a small tag on this knife. Yeah, duh. It seems to say SL92. Also, duh. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame. But it's strange. Huh? What is? I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this. Or letters that look a lot like this somehow. Okay, and then... Is there anything else we can look at? Also, why can I not... Oh, that's how I move it, okay. I don't think there's anything else to look at, so let's interact with this. Well, don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. What? The tip's broken off. It has to be in the person's body, right? Okay. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutor and the police and this knife? Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. They hid the evidence, didn't they? I don't trust him. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. No, why do people always be like this? Just give us the details. Is it evidence from another crime? That's what I'm guessing. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. The detective was killed and the police department. See, what a mess. time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, huh? Not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department, a detective? That's hush-hush information, Uji. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order, order, order! Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I don't trust you. You're covering something up. I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. Wait, was that why the sequel was 2 people lifting a knife and stabbing down in 2 different buildings? The chances of that are really slim. Significantly, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay. Let's do this. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Press. Excuse me. Special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Wright. Oh, but I can't say that now. Not that. We established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Okay, but like, being wrapped in a muffler just feels like placed evidence to me. Press this one. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Raito. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine the knife while we can, Raito. Don't call me that. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. So, how were things down at the department? I feel like Phoenix is like, yes, we now have all the pieces to solve this puzzle, and I'm just like, I scrambled everything and I have no clue at what I'm looking. Hold up. Present. Can I like not present, but no, enter is check. Because Girly Pop did say something. It didn't check. Small tag on a knife. It says blah blah blah. What's that supposed? Okay, so this is. That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen this some. Court records again. Okay, so that's what it's telling me to look at the court records. That is okay. Because no, there's nothing else. So we go back and look at the court records. SL92. Oh wait, is it upside down? SL9. Hold up. Because it looks like 675, but if you turn it upside down, it could also be SL9? Am I gonna risk presenting this? I have enough health, why not? Your Honor, that statement... No, wait, no, it was on the wrong statement, I forgot. Ooh, wait, it also takes 2... Ooh, whoops, that didn't go so... Oh, no, that was my mistake. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so maybe I was looking a bit too much into that. Um... Okay, I will try and figure this out and then come back to you guys, I think. Because there has to be evidence, right? Wait. I don't think I was on this statement. I think I was on this statement, wasn't I? Oh, I cannot look back. Am I... I'm gonna try again. Wait a second. Ah, at last. An honest to good objection. Okay, this is different. Okay, I didn't want to press, but I just... Okay. Wait, I did... No. This took me a while to figure out, okay? It's been a second for you guys. It's been 30 minutes for me. I've confused myself. The puzzle by now is just upside down. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Aha! And honest to goodness, what do you mean? From Udgy. This is great. Look at the tag on his knife. It reads SL92. That is... And this is important, why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minutes, 7 seconds, 12:02? Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside? The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Somehow this looks better. Did they change the lettering? Or is it that I just am so bad at reading upside down? Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Order, order. Well, Chief. Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? Ah, what game is this guy playing? Excuse me? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Okay, press more on that. So, this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. I do think there isn't a connection there. Okay. See what a mess. On the same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator. Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, righto? I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid is sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I will tell you one thing, and only one thing. Ooh, where the victim was found. How the victim was killed. When the victim died. Didn't we already know the victim was also killed at 5:15 at the exact same time? I'm assuming it's also a stab wound, but wasn't it also told that it had been killed at the department? I think So, I think we already heard the time. We can guess it was also a stab wound, and I'm going purely off the intro. I know that isn't a smart move, but I'm going off the intro that confused me so much of 2 stabbings taking place at the same time. I'm going for where the victim was found. So, tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. Was it not a different stabbing? I cannot say where the body was found, but the crime took place in the evidence room. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Yeah. There's the connection between the 2 cases. Seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the 2 cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now, we can get Gren to testify about the details. I press this one, because that's no longer true. Chief, the defense position is simply this. The connection between these 2 cases has already been proven. Heh, you don't say? Well, out with it, Wright. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know what the detective's murder at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Wait, what? I think I read something wrong. Indeed. Sure. There do seem to be too many connections for this to be a coincidence. I don't like your silent smiling. I know the connection, I just think I read something wrong. I'm too dyslexic. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? Not me, I'm confused. I'll corroborate. But I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Sure. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. The victim's division, the victim's ID number, the victim's gender. Okay. So these are all 3 things we don't know. What do we have? Okay, so we cannot get the name. We do have an ID number, which I find interesting. That it is highlighted, the ID number. Well, I mean, it's not really highlighted here. It's very, very blurred out here. A name and an ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID blah blah blah. I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters? Silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. ID yabba-dabba-da. See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabba-dabba? Well, it only has a certain ring to it. Exactly my point, teehee. It doesn't take much to amuse her. Okay, I'm gonna risk it, because I already went through all of this last time and I don't really have anything that I can use. Because what could we ask? Division, What do we have from that? Gender. If it is male, we can maybe try to find the connection. But if it's female, we're screwed. With the ID, we can figure out the name. I would say that's illegal, but like that's how everything works. You don't want to know how much data you can get from data like age, thingy, where you live, that kind of stuff. They can guess your income and all kind of stuff. I just learned that in one of my computer classes with data. It's insane how much you can get from like stuff you don't even really think about. So an ID number is most definitely gonna give me the most, I feel. Because the visions are really big. And gender is also like... Unless there's like one woman working in the entire police department. But I fear we have a different problem then. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so you don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. Well, that's quite long. And you have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82. I can do that. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? ID number of the victim at the police department. 58. What was the one we just read? 5842. It is the same one. This tells me something. Why would you try and hide this if it's the same person? So there were not two murders at the same time? Sure. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. I just confirmed it. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. He will say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department. Tells you something. What does it tell you? Present. Witness. What is this? Mr. Wright, you're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. What a weird connection. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. Two places, two detectives murdered at one time. No? Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Wright. Oh, personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what, exactly? He is terrible at remembering numbers. Wait. An ID number. We heard that from the chief earlier. Finally. You're using the one brain cell you have. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right again. The number the chief of police gave us was 58. I clicked too fast. Whoa, wait a second. Right. What does this... Meaning that what I want to know, the two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Sharp as a tack, righto, sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet the detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So, what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time and in completely different location? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, no. Obviously the body was moved. Order, order, order. Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth. They're yours. What? How? How dare... We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekings who brought you the news. Officer Meekings? Mr. Wright. Where have we heard that name before? Is that the dude with all those things? Wait, aha. Yeah, that is him. Excuse me? Is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premise? I'm here, sir, at the request of Chief, sir. I've got your report, sure. You don't mean him? According to Meekings, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me, he said that the report had nothing to do with Lana Sky's incident. Detective Bruce Goodman, murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Gah! Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted the report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I don't like him. He creeps me out. And I don't like how long he stays silent. This is worse. You look like a villain, my dude. No such luck this time, Worthy, or should I say unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law, Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. Connection was just proven by Wrighto over here. Good job, Wrighto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job? No. No! This is weird. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. And now you're going through the tough times, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You weren't even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I will get to the bottom of what happened, if it is the last thing I do. You better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Or Mr. Edgeworth. I mean, he kinda deserved it if he truly was so negligent. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. To be continued. We're continuing it. Save. Save over this one. This sure was something, by the way. I feel still. Sure. Edgeworth also made some mistakes. I'm not gonna walk around that. That was pretty clear. He made some dumb choices, and now he has to suffer for it. But you cannot tell me that the police officer didn't do these things on purpose. Like, come on, my man. Let's continue. Right, and go law officer. Anyway, for the ones confused, because normally I do like one thing and then stop the video. I did a poll like a few weeks ago when recording this, maybe a few months ago. I honestly don't remember. And people wanted longer. So instead of recording my normal 30 to an hour, it has become an hour to 2 hours. So you guys are getting longer videos. So enjoy. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I am a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death at 5 p.m. Wasn't it 5:15 p.m.? Whatever. Oh, after 5 p.m. Just say stabbed to death at 5:15. What's wrong with you? Okay. On the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this? In the evidence room part. The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick, thin-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. I mean, not to be mean, but they're pink glasses. They're like rose-tinted glasses, aren't they? We're seeing the world way too happily sometimes. Let's go. Science awaits us. February? Sure. Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just... we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in the oil drum washed it all away. Hehehe. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril. Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? The situation calls for one thing, and that is luminoid testing fluid. Luminoid? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Oh, don't I know that. One bloody nose and your clothes are ruined if you don't get it wet fast enough. Because if you get it wet with cold water, you can remove blood from clothes after a few tries. At least most of it. But you don't barely get rid of it. It's there. You're now stuck with blood on your clothes. You're not getting rid of it. And if you can see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing blood states. With this stuff, not drinking it. I hope you're not drinking it. I'm pretty sure it's just poison. I'm googling that up. Hold 1 second. Luminoil. Close enough. Is it poisonous? My my search results are gonna put me on a watch list or something. Luminoid is considered harmful if swallowed, inhaled, or absorbed through the skin, as in the skin, eye, and respiratory irritant. While not typical fatal in small amounts, it should be handled with caution to direct exposure, as it can cause significant discomfort and eye damage. Okay. So, like, you're not gonna die if you consume a little amount, but you most definitely shouldn't drink it. You shouldn't even be handling it without gloves and glasses. And probably a mask. Probably a mask, too. Huh? You have an extra pair of those things? Wait, she was talking about glasses, wasn't she? Yes, okay. Now we see also everything in rose-colored glasses, only red roses instead of pink. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminoid on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Okay, on the car there's nothing. I got that one a while ago. Why are you only now... Okay. I was so confused. I was like, do I need to find more? No. The game just was taking a while. Or did I just not press the correct button? But I only got the examine it button after the entire zoom in on it stuff. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain? It's so... Ugh. Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd, scientifically speaking, of course? It seems a little... It's not enough blood for a stab wound, is it? What's odd about this, scientifically? The amount of blood? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the soles of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, that have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm going to mark up the floor plan when we find a bloodstain, okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Luminoid testing fluids received from one very proud-looking Emma Sky. That's cute. She's adorable. We can be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. And let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. Feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Ah! Oh, you again? I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. That is just... Are you trying to poison me? A star. You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. I'm not eating anything you give me anymore. I don't trust you. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Let me continue. Can I spray on more things? Yeah, I can spray on more things. Like this. Phone? There blood on anything more? Why can I not? Okay, I think they did like a little bump for like, you cannot go behind this thing, but they made it a little bit big in my opinion. Okay, so there is not really anything more. Can I spray this random truck? No, probably not. probably spraying something else. Well, we found one more thing. This way, and then can I examine this? Wait, can I examine it with the thing on? Because I don't see it anymore. Here, a phone. Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. Yeah, no. We already had this. Phone is broken. Yeah, but I just got the stuff on it. Can I... Okay, you just need to spray a lot of stuff on it. Good to know. It really confused me. This blood must be from when Lana... No, my sister isn't the murderer. But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime? And here, her right hand is bandaged. Hey, just whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So, this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Okay. I mean, what I'm thinking is she probably was doing something with the knife and cut herself, and that's the blood on the ground and on the phone. I don't know. This case is confused. They're always confusing until the end. Okay, let's talk to you, I guess. Today's trial. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry, you lied on the witness stands. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and the testimony still stands. Ah. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? Okay, we'll look at that in a second again. Detective Star. So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed up information. They coughed it up. What a surprise. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspects after suspect, and before long they called me the cough-up queen. What a surprise, you already told me this, I think. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. Oh, and you were let go, fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case, the SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... What do you mean? I cannot question her about that! That's ridiculous! No, I didn't want to check. I wanted to present. Hold up. What do they mean profiles? Oh, age 24, age 30, 16, 29, 31, 32, 3, 36, 65! Sure. I cannot present anything apparently. Because that just checks. I write E is the present button. My bad. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due from transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. It was due for transferal, but it got stolen. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over, not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the not DL6, that's the last one, SL9 incident? Can we now question her more? No, of course not. Why would she tell us more? Let me spray you in the face. Present you the knife. What do you think about this? And on that note, Goodman. Okay. This is the same. Okay. Hold up. What do they want me to do? I cannot talk more with her. I'm not missing anything, right? These are all the same. Look at the door, it must mean something. No, it won't open. It's mysteriously locked. Yeah, okay. This is the same. I think all of these are the same. Okay, would moving be a good idea? Maybe? Maybe not. I just want to know how to get her to talk, because that feels important, but I thought I triggered the new thing, but no. Is there anything else I can show? Okay, what do we have? The murder weapon? Hold up, let me check this out. There was blood on the telephone. There was blood by the car. The security room was here. We concluded that she saw the murder and then instead of going this way, she sprinted this way, right? To go to this side. And then she took the picture. Didn't we conclude that this was way too long for her to be running? I don't exactly remember her part. Ugh. But she took the picture, right? Taken by Angel Star. Can you tell us more about this now? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. No? Look at the angle through the thing and everything. Look at this. How can you go from this? How? Where's the logic? I'm missing the logic. It's like talking to my classmates sometimes. But even if I get flustered sometimes. So, you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain-linked fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Star. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? Oh. Can we now ask for more? Yes. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable to who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I've ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary. It was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming for him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, you never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? but the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence. Of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. You were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? I saw the... Exactly, Detective J. Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. Detective Marshall. As a professional detectives, we investigated the case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he wasn't forgotten. And he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side, that we are after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. This just sounds like the two of you committed the murder. Wait, those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Mrs. Starr's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Don't judge her on that. Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be some type of connection. So, Rookie, what? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. Salinsbury steak lunch? Know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Okay, we get the steak lunch. We're putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Okay. Miss Starr. Officer Marshall, is he, are you his? Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Okay, so where can we find him? The police department? Probably, right? Seems even busier here today than was yesterday. Detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. You couldn't even deal with it last time. Well, we actually found blood. Ah, Marshall. Is that a trap? I know it's probably a lasso, but why is it on the ground? Are you trying to trip me up? Probably, right? Also, is it suspicious that he is the security dude? And there was someone murdered there? Like, the connections are kind of connecting? Maybe? Perhaps? I don't know. What's written with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. I'm sure that way... Oh. It seems that way. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing, so hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where is the guard? I have the feeling I know who he is already. You think? I might have a tiny clue who we have to talk to. Examine. This swinging door makes this place look like some kind of salon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch. I'd say to be more of a yerk myself. What are they talking about? Yipes. These sure are prickly. There must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, wicked shell, with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Okay. I once gave my girlfriend's mother a cactus. One singular one. But I have to grab it from the store. For some reason, they put it in like a table with an edge, and all the cacti were close together, probably so that they could sell more of them. When you wanted to grab one, you got stabbed by like 7 of them, because you wanted to grab one tiny one. I feel like they could have thought that through better. The security guard's uniform hanging here. Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy, a pounchy, a pinchy... I know, a putchy. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I will keep that information to myself for the time being. Please don't say it to his face. I don't think he will be happy about that. Look on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone's trying to catch a wild bull in here. No. But the lasso missed. No. You should have an active imagination. The computer. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking from below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. Okay, but oh, the door itself. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Oh, but where is he? Not here, apparently. Yeah. This place, it's charged with frantic energy as always. Please! Huh? Wasn't that? One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe? Now's not the time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. And I really need a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Oh, he looks like a kicked puppy. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. I think too. Now's not the time for despair. We caught a criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department's evidence room, right, pal? Yeah. On the same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the preparator, we have a suspect. Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything is topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need a steak lunch pronto. Sitting around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. I just want to know more. Head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over. So I figure he's down to have a good cry. Later. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Why can I not go to... I need to go here first, just so I can move to the detention center. Sure. It's the cowboy dude, isn't it, Marshall? Still, I don't feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Oh, yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. I hate that sound. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a preparator? I'd say I was the preparated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Hi, greetings, sir. Not him! I'd rather had Marshall. Okay. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premise? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. Officer Meekings. You're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman. Like, a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir, how should I say this? He's behind the glass. I'm assuming there's glass. How's she not picking up on this? This is concerning. Wait, he isn't... Is he? You, Officer Meekings. You didn't... Did you? Oh, what a nasty sound. Perpetrator Officer Meekings. Reporting, sir. What? What? Now, this is an unexpected turn of event. Let's talk. The day of the crime. Jesus. Can you knock that off, dude? Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs. Sir. Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekings. I had some business that day, sir, and I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So, normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yow! What the heck is this guy doing? So, what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. That's when I came to. I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between these cases and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. No, let's talk about the victim first. I don't mean to pry, but you are the preparator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog's eyes, sir. Please stop using that thing. Please! If you had to label me a preparator or victim, sir, then label me a victim. I would, but I also happen to be in detention. Oh, you happen to be in detention and alive, and well with that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So, you didn't know him? Sir, I worked in a tiny department devoid of light or other creatures' comforts. I don't know any detectives. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intentions of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollections of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. The bandaged hand. About your hand. Did it happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, When the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, and the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Do we have anything we can show to him? Do you know this? Officer Meekings, this is for you. Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted to take a look at it. That is it, sir. Last night, sir. That one. Last night? I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. 1 second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. So that's not it. Maybe the photo? Hey, why do you have that? That's from the day it was taken at the prosecutor's office. The day Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So this means I'm a free man, innocent. If this is a dream, sir, then I hope I never wake up. If this is a dream, you'd better wake up right now. Also not it. What do you think of the Blue Badger panel? Officer Meekings, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry. But I have no evidence of what that is. No idea of what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Maybe the photo, because it had a photo, will jog his memory? I don't know. I'm running out of things. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That is it, sir. That's it. That's it. That's what? My head was blank until this very moment. I did something? But, sir, now I remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct. That card. That card was the cause of it all. Cause of it all? This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Can I talk to you now? Crime details. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman, a little lost lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much like by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed the knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you, I was as flustered as you are right now. But I whooped and leaped at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto to others before they do unto you. My father's words, sir. What happened to that then? Well, you don't remember. My eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I woke up, I was here. Right. Reason for arrest? So, Officer Meekings, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Well, let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekings didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim whom he met was at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That is it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. Can you knock that off? Crime. My crime. The crime I swore to stamp out. It's there. It's me. I'm on tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I will hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No, thanks. I have my own. Oh, guess we better go check out the crime scene. Okay. Go back to... What a surprise. You're not allowed to go back there. You have to move like this again to get to the police department. Which is weird, but whatever. Can I move to the evidence room? No, of course I can't. Can I... What? Evidence... There's a light blinking. It says recording. Yeah, it said the same thing. It probably would have turned yellow otherwise. Oh, what do they want me to do? This is... Wait, do they mean the scene of the crime that's like not this? We can quickly check. I guess if this is anything. No, it doesn't trigger any speech or whatever. High Prosecutor's Office. Hello? Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it's still just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Eventually, Edward is not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. I hope it is what he is doing. Otherwise, I'm gonna be sad. Okay, next. This also wasn't it. No, that wasn't. I wanted to go to Criminal Affairs Department, because that's the only place I haven't been. Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the Chief Detective's desk. It's Police Chief Grant. And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats. Under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. The Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Aha, righto, my boy. How have you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Grant. Reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? I don't know. Let's talk to him. Edgeworth. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy. Oh, you know, they're going a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep. Well, they have had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having your top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? You got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40 years career. When in court you fixed it. So he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong, he did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? Evidence room incident. It's downright odd, I tell you. Detective getting killed. On their turf too, I mean. There, being the prosecutors, I assume. Significantly speaking, it's impossible. Oh, scientifically. Yes, but that's what the evidence says. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Righto, I can't give all of our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff's secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, It's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trapped shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops! I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Move? No. Cannot talk to you anymore. Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did Chief of Police want to do? You to do? Well, you see over there, that's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check if anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half completed. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that, just in case. Goodman's lost item report added to court record. I should really get back to investigating the police department's crime scene. Really, Phoenix, you should do that more. It's so easy. If you just tell me where you want me to go, instead of me having to visit like 5 different places. Oh, come on. You wanted me to see something here, didn't you? What? Okay, it did say this, right? Oh, there's not gonna be anything here. Okay. Where? Okay. This did nothing, this did nothing. Here we got something, and this also does nothing. Can I talk to you again? Permission to enter, what a surprise. Phoenix, say that next time, that we gotta ask for permission first. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked for me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Wait, how many of those buttons do you want? There's 3 of them. I'm assuming more down there, but okay. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow 50? I'd give them 50, no problem. Go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show you never know until you ask. And for you? Here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey, this is Detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. Okay. Hey, looks pretty cool. On my lapel, doesn't it? Just like a real idea. You seem happy. Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. She's mimicking the dude. I don't want her to do that. I don't like him. Next, she's also gonna get a not a microphone, a megaphone, I think it's called. Oh, do I need to do this first? Yes, of course. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Grant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha, the card reader is turned off, see? What is the security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, what made my Bambina's sky is so gray? Of course it's you, hello. Oh, Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this is my salon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw, that scar you got there on your chest. That better be a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene is waiting. Beep. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with your hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. Not even for a delicious meal? That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Star. What's this? What? What's wrong? A fillet steak lunch. I see, I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask munch, anything munch smack. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Okay. Now I want to know. That meal signified something for him, didn't it? They made some kind of secret food code. Guard station. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of the security room for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekings at the detention center told us. Ah, that poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look like it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steedy Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. No, it was a motor. There's no way for people here there's no need for people here anyhow. These new fanged machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean a security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that skewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Marshall. Miss Star told us something. You said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. That was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole with a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Star, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it, anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but nobody tells us what exactly happened. There are some things you better not know, of not knowing, Babina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Edward was talking about the transferals too. Security system. I know that maybe 2 of the machines in I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. It's legit record. What else do you need to know? Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, it's like them about much as I like Scoot's cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest one to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekings mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekings and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. Get a security card, and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Just the card reader by the door. The card reader, it leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. So the key card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whenever this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on the record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Transferal. Sorry, but could you explain this whole transferal thing is about? We only keep evidence from solved cases in this room. They kept here under a precedent detective's order for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault of the county's sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after the case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. No, it didn't. Present. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on it is 584281189. Officer Marshall, show us the ID card report again. Record again. 58. I don't see it. Look at first. Oh, it is. I am just like the Dutch judge. I shouldn't have judged him. Look, the 4th number is a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meeking say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing, suddenly he pointed a knife at me. If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekings? Alright, compadre you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. Yippee! I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with ideas here. Okay, sure. First, I want to go into the evidence room. Because, why not? Oh, evidence room. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room. Really kind of a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can scare me. Gumshoe? Eek! Whoa! Did they bump into each other? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, Belle. Oh, she hit him. So it's true what I heard. Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow 50? I'd give you 50, no problem. Go ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. The chief of the police grant. Will loan anyone 50 bucks? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was putting a charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plans added to the court record. Let's talk to him first. Boss for a day. So Detective Gumshoe, you're the boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Haha, of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? Edgeworth. I will always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the Inquiries Committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in the courts today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. What case? Yeah, that case. The CL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. Evidence locker. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. The ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my 3rd card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but I can even lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like a normal locker. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handle is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get shocked. That's what happened, my hand would be black as smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Evidence locker added to the record. Okay. So, can we present this to him? Maybe he can tell us something more about it. That's the wrong one. Maybe one of his is his. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card records of the people who came in on the day of the stabbing. I heard about the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! Whoa, what is it? That second number. Not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? Second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? What? Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Interesting. We got one more name at least. Okay, let's examine some stuff. There's something sticking out here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this there. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slop. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff, and he notified the detective responsible. How many times have I heard him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under his trench coat either. If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Aww. Whoa, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. It looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. I was wondering about that. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's on those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. Some sort of bulky equipment is getting dust here. What sorry looking fishing pole is this? Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of the case out on Gord's Lake, remember? Oh, right. Well, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap-looking box? You can judge a person or machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. Okay, let me break it open then. What is a saw and painting doing here? Since the dawn of times, true art has been a war against oppression. True art? I've noticed there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? That's a weird place, dude. Someone left a glove here. But only one. Evidence Gumshoe, maybe... There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. There's evidence from the case, you know. Oh, that's evidence. You mean as online? It does have a tag on it. Rubber glove added to the court record. Whoa, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps. Stop bullying him! There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case. The case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. Take a closer look. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. You want to try to put it back together? Ha, good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Boy, I spent a good 3 hours on it before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting it the rest in place. Ooh, I get to puzzle. Combine. Oh, I see. I need to find the piece that links up with this. This seems to line up with the bottom. So combine. Next. No, this will end too low, I think. It did kind of match, though. Maybe, no. Is it this one? Yeah, no, that's what I thought. This one? No? No, that one. This one? No. Do I also have to be in the correct angle? I think it's that. Okay. So... Oh, I can rotate the pieces. No. No. I'm not really good at matching them, apparently. This is pretty difficult. This way? There we go. Oh, this already fits, I think. There we go. Okay, now we have the weird gap at the bottom. That was... this one, I think. I just need to rotate it twice. We're getting somewhere. This is a weird face, though. No, it was correctly. That's the wrong, but it's not. Looks like it fits, though. No, I wanted... Okay, apparently that fits better. Whatever. I mean, I have only 2 pieces left. What do you mean none of them fit? What? What do you mean it won't fit? I only have... Okay, I just had to turn it a few times. And this one has to be up. And I'm missing a piece. Huh? Well, I think we did it. But some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Well, some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar added to the court record. Let me continue examining, because what's this now? You put the piece in, makes a jar. There are 2 things that bother me. 1, why are some of the pieces missing? 2, doesn't it seem like a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. Okay, the bloody handprint. But what's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint there. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out. And this one? Look, this one is open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker? Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Okay, so tap the court records. Let's... Whoa, we got a lot of stuff this time. Okay, let's pray. Now I know how to use it. That's a lot of blood. I could do without the flashing lights. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional, but what's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I will make a note of it on the forward plan. Hey, if you don't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Are there any more signs of blood? I can just spam it and see. There we go. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey! That's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminoid testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? I'd like to get some too. I will just borrow 50 bucks from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. I'm assuming there's gotta be nothing more, right? Maybe the door? The door? No. Okay. Well, okay, so let's see all the stuff we got. I think that's a good idea. We got the face, or the jar, I guess. We got the glove, we got the thing, we got the forepen, we got the... What was it? The notes with the thing. We filled like half this bar just these last few minutes. Damn, that's a lot. So, like... Wait, I clicked away. There is one more. We had the place of blood. Did I spray? Did I... Evidence, I know. I forgot to say nothing. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I wanted to spray with it, not present it. That's my bad. I need to be... No, I don't want to move. I need to examine and then go to this and then use this. My bad. Okay, so I want to slide to the other side because... Well... This is blood, right? Yeah, okay. There we go. I was like, why is the game not continuing? There's legit a thing of blood we knew about. I knew it. This is someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine. It's yours? Please. You have to help me. When they come to take me away. Promise you will testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You will do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I will jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. That says enough. Maybe you can talk to him about it? No. Well, there isn't anything else to do, right? Is there more? Wait, can we slide over? Is there anything to present? And? Allow me to say one. Yeah, okay. No. Hey, look. They're hard to make out, but there are some dark stains here. Looks like blood. Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he got stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence in a SL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it. That wasn't important. Okay. Edward knife? Oh. Okay. Found in Mr. Edward's car, stabbed with Edward's knife, huh? That would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing. I don't know. I'm confused why this triggered the thing. I was just going down things. Oh, wait, I didn't mean... I'm sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. And can you tell us more? No, this is not... Send this one. Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the award ceremony, Mr. Detective Gumshoe? Mister, where did that come from? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, he's forgotten. ID? Yeah, no, I've also seen this one, I think. What am I missing? This one? Detective Goodsman's note and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know. 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was the man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Okay. Yeah, this is also the same. I've just been clicking on random things and not getting a lot. Maybe I can talk to him now, because I'm pretty sure I went down of most of this. I can. I don't know what triggered it, but I triggered it. Now, that was a bloody violent case. Violent? That was a murder? Serial killing. Serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all, but the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago. That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumors about forged evidence. It was supposed to be all cleaned up after the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Hey pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? I was just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. That's a restaurant thing. I might help, you know. A report? You mean the note written on the back of the flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he wants to use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? They are so mean to him. I'm off, Bell. Later. So, I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too. Okay, we will go. Oh. Why can I not go everywhere from anywhere? How do I get to the thing? Oh yeah, this one. Oh, there we are. You? Ah, guests, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met before somewhere, huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg you leave. So long. Edgeworth here? They're standing by the window, a teacup in his hands. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? That is weird. Why would you want an hotel to bring you all the way tea all the way? It doesn't make sense. You know what? That's fine. Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. That real information is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Let's talk to him. Inquiry committee. So how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communication error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again? Again? I've heard them say that so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago. Tomorrow's trial. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the prosecution or attorney. However, something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Grant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Whoa, I've never seen him out of sorts. Can I present you with anything? Right, I can't question why you were there. Oh, right. I'd better check this out now. As I was saying, what's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go, by Chief Grant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if it was evidence that was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbing, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of a case it was? I can't say. I really had nothing to do with that current case. I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it. Unrelated evidence, screwdriver. Sure. Stubborn as always. I told you, this has nothing to do with the current case. Yeah, you never know. Look at all the other random junk I found. So, can you tell me more about this, since you also don't know stuff about it? I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with the case you were on, the SL9 incident. That's some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memories of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in the elevator. Yeah, we did kind of violently direct that up. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. We can talk to him again. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Grant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then? He was the top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Oh, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? But I want to know it's why deputy chief of police on the investigation. In the truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminoid testing fluids, huh? Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum power for taking fingerprints? It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your power and take these fingerprints files for everyone involved. Why are you just giving me the evidence? Thanks. What about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprint set and fingerprint file received. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. I know. I know where we're talking about. Oh god, I have to go all the way back. There we go. That was a long read. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. That one? I thought the one that was invisible. Here, in this blood on the detective evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. Finger? Each finger leaves a slightly different imprint. Let us choose the finger that will left behind clear print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. So the thumb was more sideways and these are all faded out. So I'm assuming we go for this one. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With enter. See? Ah, it looks like that. The trick? The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With E. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Whoa, that looks like fun. I might take some getting used to though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on the tick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I'd better give it a try. Where is the fingerprint? I just cover everything? Kinda? Apparently. Whee! There we go. Ah, you did it. You found one. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person is wearing a glove? Yeah, the person who left this handprint must have worn a glove. Don't tell me you've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Look at the locker door again closely. The black smudge? It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. So, this? There we go. And... oh, and there we go. Oh, not good enough. Now it must be good enough, right? No? I'm losing my mind. How is it not enough? Okay. Yay, a print! So clear it's dazzling. The dazzling? Anyway, the print looks a lot, took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet. This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprints data we got from Mr. Edgeworth and point out the person who you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprints and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprints would be the most likely to find on the evidence locker? I done this for a class, by the way. It's really fun. In high school, I could take a class and we legit had the forensic science part. Matching DNA, blood splatters, fingerprinting. It was really fun. But these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something's wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, So we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit something, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, remember correctly, there was one other handprint. Finally! Yes, let's check it out. Oh, this took me way too long. So done with it by now. This is where you got the luminoid reaction, right? Right. There was a handprint here. Okay. Want to try using this? There goes her eyes sparkling. Check for prints. Okay. Oh, that's a spirit. But I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints? Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? So don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the one left by the bloody hand. But like, we cannot use this, right? No. It took me too long. Okay, let's do this. Let's go a bit more that way so we can cover all of it. We're being really generous with the powder this time. Then. Oh, come on. I was so generous with it. Come on. We can see the fingerprint. Thank you. No. What a surprise! It's Jake. Compare. It's a match. I can see it. As well, fingers have like unique patterns. Like type of patterns are still the same. Hey, these fingerprints. They're... Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall. Marshall fingerprints added to the court record. That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma, this is decisively different from Detective Gumshoe's print. The luminoid reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So, you have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white bloodstain. But why would Officer Marshall... It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. We continued, finally, because this episode's gonna be longer than I ever intended. It's probably gonna be over 2 hours. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh hey, we're back at the start again. This trail's turning out some... How? I'm still convinced it's Mrs. Starr and Mr. Marshall that are the ones that did the killing, but I guess we'll find out next time. Let me skip. I am pressing escape. There we go. Story mode. Change to story mode where everything, including case over, proceed automatically. No! What's the fun in that? I mean, I like that they added the option, but where do I go to change this? Oh, Jay's title screen. There we go. I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time. Bye-bye!